Unveiling China's youth unemployment crisis, challenges, reactions, and economic impact. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Prime in China. In today's in-depth analysis, we're delving into a pressing issue that's been making headlines recently: China's youth unemployment crisis. Grab yourself a notepad because we're about to explore the intricate details, reactions, and economic implications behind this growing concern. If you're interested in understanding the complexities of China's job market and its impact on the country's economy, make sure to stick around until the end of the video. Again, China's youth unemployment crisis. Number one, suspension of youth unemployment data. Recent developments from China have taken many by surprise. The government has announced a temporary halt to the publication of the youth unemployment rate. The stated reason is need to refine the calculation method. Very suspicious. However, this decision has ignited a firestorm of controversy online, with accusations of data manipulation and attempts to hide grim realities. Which, of course, we know China does this anyways, as they already hide many statistics from their people, including things like crime and many other things. That being said, there are record high youth unemployment right now. Let's dive into the numbers. China's urban youth unemployment rate, particularly among individuals aged 16 to 24, has surged to an alarming 21.3% in June. To put this in perspective, it's 4 times higher than the overall unemployment rate. This astonishing figure has raised eyebrows worldwide and underscores the severity of the issue. Okay? There's something that you really have to understand here, and that's the landscape for college graduates. Amid this turmoil, official sources suggest a different narrative. Of course, that's what the Chinese government is going to say. They're going to say, of course, that everything is normal, that we've seen slight improvements compared to the previous year. But as we'll see, that might not be the whole truth. As you can imagine, there's been plenty of public reaction and discontent. The suspension of youth employment data has triggered a wave of public backlash. Social media platforms have become hotbeds of criticism, accusing authorities of manipulation information to control public perception. What a surprise! The public's right to accurate information and transparency in economic reporting is a central theme in these discussions. Wow, I'm surprised that Chinese people are just now starting to wake up and see these types of things. Then again, navigating the job market beyond the numbers, the human stories are equally important. Young job seekers in China are facing many challenges right now. Intense competition, coupled with regulatory crackdowns on industries that typically employ recent graduates. This has resulted in a mismatch between skills and job opportunities. What another surprise! Government intervention failing in China. Surprise, right? A significant trend has emerged as around 47% of last year's graduates returned to their hometowns within 6 months of obtaining their degrees. This reverse migration highlights the shrinking allure of urban centers due to limited job prospect. That being said, comparing China's situation to that of other nations, we find that countries like Italy and Sweden share similar youth unemployment figures. However, a question arises. If we account for those not actively seeking work or still in education, could China's actual youth employment rate be even higher than reported? Safe to say it is. But there's also some wider economic implications that people aren't talking about. Beyond the youth unemployment issues, China's economic landscape bears more challenges. The aftermath of pandemic isolation continues to affect the country's recovery pace. Recent data reveals sluggish retail sales, industrial production, and fixed asset investment, which of course has been leading to an increase in the urban unemployment rate from 5.2 in June to 5.3 in July. But of course there are some other things too. The central bank, trying to counteract these economic headwinds, has made the unexpected move of cutting key interest rates for the second time in 3 months. This monetary policy adjustment is aimed at stimulating economic activity and bolstering recovery efforts. If everything is okay, why would they continue to do this? Perhaps they're lying. Of course, in the midst of economic uncertainties, concerns of deflation have surfaced due to the declining consumer prices. I talked about this in another video. Of course, they continue to say that this just isn't true and that it's just a regular market dynamic rather than, an upcoming crisis. But to truly comprehend the gravity of China's youth unemployment crisis, and its implications, we need to consider the multifaceted factors at play. This involves scrutinizing the educational system's alignment with the job market needs, the impact of regulatory policies on job creation, and the necessity of fostering an open and market-oriented economy, something which China struggles with, of course. Analyzing historical trends and digging deeper into the data, we find that the urban youth unemployment rate has nearly doubled since 2019, showcasing a worrying trajectory. With the suspension of data publication, the public's demand for accurate and up-to-date economic indicators become more pronounced than ever. Imagine that. Government control being out of hand, being too much, and messing up the system in China. What a surprise. We've never seen that before, have we? But to shed light on these complexities, we've reached out to some experts in the field. You can actually read the article that I'll post with links. These specialists provide insights into the intricate relationship between regulatory crackdowns and job opportunities, the challenges of a competitive job market, and the necessity of maintaining economic transparency. So, what does this actually mean? What actually lies ahead? What does the future hold for China's youth economic crisis and its wider economic landscape? As the nation strives to navigate these challenges, the road ahead calls for a balanced approach that addresses both immediate concerns and long-term economic stability. Of course, good luck with that. With the way that the country's being ran right now, I highly doubt that we're going to see anything like that happen. Highly doubt that open market is going to be pushed. I highly doubt that deregulatory is going to happen. But to wrap things up, it's evidence that China's youth unemployment crisis goes beyond just these statistics. It reflects a complex interplay of economic, social, and policy factors, the demand for transparent reporting, job market reform, and economic resilience will shape China's trajectory in the years to come. There is no way that China can ever even begin to improve itself until it starts being transparent with everyone from the top, until it starts telling the truth about its numbers, until it starts to actually be honest about the situation and allows the market to regulate itself, until it gets out of controlling these businesses, until it gets out of controlling the education system and allows these types of things to move on their own. You see, that's the major issue, is that the Chinese government still hasn't learned that anytime it gets involved, it seems to just ruin things. There's too much regulatory issues right now between, of course, these kids that are going into college, getting out of college, and looking for jobs. It has become such an issue that, as I stated earlier, people were actually going back to their hometowns, which is insane, because if you know anything about China, the vast majority of the population live on the east side of the country in the largest cities. Okay? So what we're actually seeing is a direct result of the failed economic procedures by the Chinese government, Xi Jinping specifically, somebody that has taken more and more control. That being said, if you found this video insightful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking analysis going ahead in the future as we continue to untangle the intricacies of the Chinese government and economic issues there. But remember to stay informed, stay curious, and stay engaged. Until next time, have a good day, and thank you for watching.